Look at her waving over there. She's so cute.
Yeah, none of
She's
this
perfect.
is making it into the podcast, by the way.
No, we have
So we do a pre-roll thing where I just pick a segment where we just talk about it. Your laugh is going in, but
we literally, we will talk.
Sometimes we'll talk for 15 minutes. That's excessive.
It's way longer than that sometimes.
No.
Really?
Never.
I feel like we've talked for 20 minutes. She's got her arm raised.
You have a question?
Yeah.
It's not a goddamn classroom. Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 149 of Ignore the Backlog podcast. My name is The Real Portz, and that right next to me. I've said the joke before. Bunny's in the room with me, but she really fucking is.
It's true.
Evil space. Bunny, shut the fuck up while I'm talking.
Oh, fuck you.
Now it's your turn to talk.
Thank you.
Yeah. What do you have to say? Do your own intro.
My name is Evil Space Bunny, and I'm staring into the soul of
I'm an alcoholic.
the real parts.
The next line.
Oh, yeah, that too. I'm an alcoholic.
Yeah.
We pre-gamed.
Hi, Bunny.
Pre-gamed. Hi.
The whole room says that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for... the reason why I drink is because my family's insane.
Sure.
And I play too many video games.
Sure.
And,
So, when did you know you had a problem?
Oh, never. So
You
I
still
don't know.
don't know?
I'm here.
That's a little confusing.
Look, I'm a professional alcoholic, so it's just the way it is. Like, I'm good at it.
So, Bunny, you're in my house.
Yeah, I'm in your house. It's
You're
a little weird.
in my house.
Yeah, we're getting trashed in your house.
Didn't invite you over.
Excuse me?
So it's kind of weird. And I would like you to believe.
Beautiful Fabian invited me over, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're like squatters' rights? Is that what you're claiming?
Yeah, I'm claiming squatter rights. What are you going to fucking do about it?
Cool. That happened to me when I didn't live with my family anymore, but not squatters' rights exactly, but my sister invited somebody over. I know this is weird, but I just thought of it, and I have to say it. That's how podcasting goes.
I make faces, so don't.
Yeah, I know it's weird
really
to see
weird
them.
To see your face,
and they're not 3 seconds delayed like the live episode. So I have live feedback. I'm like, I don't know how to adjust to this.
She makes stupid faces. She's staring right at me. Fuck.
So my sister invited somebody over who's, how should I put this?
Interesting, hipster,
known druggie, just problematic person.
Okay.
Probably not all her fault. She was a teenager, right? So
right, she was trying to help.
Problems at home, but she was a piece of shit, certified.
Okay.
Already, so it was too late, in my opinion.
Okay.
My mom couldn't get her to leave.
Oh,
so she called me and said, "Can you come over and help me, like, get her out?"
Your sister did, or
my mom?
Okay, your mom. Okay.
And so my sister was, she wanted to help her, right?
Right.
And so she's like, don't like do this, whatever. I was like, we gotta get the fuck out of this house. Like, you're not, you can't just break in here or whatever. So the police got involved, and the police said, your daughter lives here, right? And my mom's like, yeah. And he's like, well, she invited her in, so you have no legal right to kick her out. Isn't that fucking crazy?
Oh God, I hate squatter rights, and they're really bad in Oregon.
Yeah,
they're stupid bad.
Yeah.
It's like 90 days.
Yeah,
I think the
you
last
can't even
time
shoot someone in the back in this state. In your own home.
This is why I own guns and now live in Illinois, but that's beside the point.
Sure. Yeah. Welcome back to Oregon.
Thank you. It was kind of an adventure. I went downtown all day.
Yeah.
It has changed so much, like in the past year and a half.
You mean like the piss smell?
I mean, the piss smell has always been like in certain parts of the city, but I feel like it's like
expanded its network of piss smell. Yeah,
it's
there's more
definitely
nodes
spread.
of piss. Yeah,
Even into like the Pioneer Square. As soon as I step off of the Max, I was like, piss.
That's like the Macklemore song. Piss. Smell like R. Kelly sheets or whatever it is.
Yeah, R. Kelly sheets. Definitely thrift store vibes. Yeah, it was a little weird. I would go to like,
Portland is kind of the thrift store of cities.
It is kind of,
yeah, because it's like there's lots of like big cities that are pieces of shit, but none of them are as shitty as Portland. I mean, there's some, but yeah, they lean into it.
Yeah,
keep Portland weird.
Keep Portland weird.
Keep Portland disgusting. What I say.
Amazing. Also,
I'm not going to eat this right now. What the fuck are you looking at me for?
I'm fucking eating it. You can listen to me chomp. For those that don't know, I am actually at Portz's house, and
for realsies.
Yeah. For one.
When we said it before, we were not lying.
Yeah, we weren't lying, and so I'm with the beautiful Fabian, and she just brought me snacks, so I'm gonna eat it. So like, you have a roll of the paper towels in this room? I'm questioning everything about you right now.
I eat 40% of my meals to 50% of my meals in here.
But you keep paper towels in here? You can't even like have the audacity to like bring them with
Sometimes
you
need more. And you're in the middle of a goddamn match.
Okay, fair. Okay, okay.
And I masturbate in this room.
I was like, why? But they're not soft. Do you want like?
What the fuck do you need it to be soft for?
I don't know.
It shoots out of you.
I don't have a dick.
You've seen them.
Sometimes I see more vagina, but that's beside the point.
How long were you married to a man?
It wasn't very good of it.
Did anything come out at any point?
I'm sure it did, but I didn't see it.
So we've had a little bit to drink. Probably more than normal.
Oh yeah.
For me, it's for sure more than normal.
Absolutely.
For Bunny, it's expressly more than normal.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm like pregame.
She's eating pizza right now.
Look, listen. I need some food
I
in my
understand.
belly.
I know. I invited her over and didn't give her any food. It was kind of rude.
I thought we were gonna order food, and then you were like, "I ate," and I was like,
"Yeah." I literally, if I don't have an immediate like weakness in my body from lack of food, I don't acknowledge that we need to eat.
What about Opinion?
Well, she's the one who provides the food usually. So she worries about it herself, right? For the both of us.
She's too good. She's too good. She's good. She's too good for both
She's all right.
of us.
Shut the fuck up. So video games.
Yeah, video games. We did play some video games. So, do you want to go first or do you want me?
Well, I should give you a second to finish eating, I guess.
I can go first. Fuck you. I'm going first.
Yep,
no,
go first.
I'm going first.
Yep. Unlock your phone. Do whatever the fuck you gotta do.
I already have it unlocked. Suck my dick. So last week, after we recorded,
yes,
I recorded. What the?
Wait,
fuck?
you lived life out of this recording, outside of this recording?
Shit, I guess. So I played 2 games. I played My Friend is a Raven and How Fish is Made. I don't remember if I talked about these or not. They're very weird, interesting games.
Did you say My Fish is a Raven?
No, one of them is called My Friend is a Raven.
Okay.
And the other one is called How is Fish Made?
How is Phil Fish made?
It's like a short indie game, and
Do you know that reference?
No.
No. Phil Fish made a video game.
Oh, did he really?
What the fuck video game was it?
I don't know.
It's the one where you have the sort of puzzly thing that turns into different shit. Like it's like a 2D side scroller thing, right? 2D side scroller. You're shaking your head, but you know what a 2D side scroller is.
I know what a 2D side scroller is, but I have no
And
idea.
then
okay,
you walk around a corner, and then it flips the whole thing over to your perspective.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
But I can't remember what the fuck this game is called. It was like 2010, maybe indie darling game.
I'll have to look.
But he turned out to be a lunatic.
Okay,
I don't
that's
remember.
fair.
You know what? I'm gonna look it up because while you continue talking about fish friends and ravens.
Well, how my friend is a raven is done by the guy 2-Star. And 2-Star recently has been like in the like spotlight because he is doing Choo Choo Charles. So this is like a whole game that he's drawn by hand, and it's absolutely beautiful. And so it's gorgeous. It's like really well done. It's super creepy and just weird. And there's multiple endings, so I did all 4 endings. The other game is called How Is Fish Made? And it is weird. It is super fucked. You either choose between going up or going down, and that's the whole premise of the game. It's kind of
life, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit, honestly. And I think that's what it alludes to is like, is
what?
This life? Yeah.
Oh shit!
It gets super dark depending on which direction you go. And I went down, and that was like the bad. It was like bad.
Well, that makes sense.
It was the bad ending, so I was like,
if you're doing analogies, I think that's the way you have to go.
I guess, like, because, like, and then if you go up, it's like, oh, you're a sardine, you are turned into sardines, you go into the can, and then you get turned into a sandwich sort of situation.
And that's better?
I don't know. The other one was super fucked and super depressing. I
mean, maybe the lesson is everything's fucked.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's what the end of the story
Especially
was.
for a fish. If you don't get eaten by your own kind, you're going to be eaten by others.
Right?
Especially land creatures. They love you. Some of them are allergic to you, and they still eat you and fucking inject themselves with medication so they can keep fucking doing it.
Jesus, fuck. Fuck me, dude. I didn't even think about that shit. Holy fuck. So anyway, I beat both of those. They're very short. They're like short to the point sort of games. I tried another game that's like Hell Pie, or it's called Hell Pie. And it has very 360s air Spyro inspired
Is this the game that I tuned in your stream and you were ripping the horn off of a fucking little baby unicorn thing?
Yeah. That was
okay,
it. That was
all right.
it. And I told chat, I'm like, we literally just got done talking about like animal torture in video games and how that upsets us way more than like somebody dying in a video game.
What kind of animal torture are we talking about?
Like the dog dying randomly. Think of like dog meat, and if dog meat was to randomly die.
But that's not torture.
Okay, fair compared to
that's
like...
just natural selection. That dog sucks.
No, fuck you. Dog meat is a treasure, and he should be... fuck you. I will fight you on that one.
Dog meat is the Lydia of the animal kingdom.
Shit, don't say that. I love dog meat. I love dog meat way more than Lydia. Probably.
Dog meat steps on fucking landmines all the goddamn time.
I don't give a shit. He's fucking dog meat. He's cute, and I love him.
It's just a dog in a video.
Yeah, exactly, and I get to pet him.
And you know what? If it's Resident Evil, they're attacking you through a fucking window.
Okay, fair.
Yeah.
Those are zombie dogs, and same in 7 Days to Die, but like the dogs in... every time I came across a dog in Red Dead Redemption, didn't matter.
How much did you cry during I Am Legend's scene?
I fucking cried a lot. I was like, why is this...
I don't give a fuck about dogs at all, to almost a like worrying degree.
Yeah, we've already discussed your animal.
I was like, fucking shit, because that scene goes on too long.
It's too long, and I'm like, just like, what's happening? This is Will Smith. Why would Will Smith do this?
Choking the shit out of his dog.
Shit.
Spoilers for I Am Legend.
A 10-year-old movie.
Over that, probably.
Is it?
I
think it was 2008.
It might be about that much.
Yeah.
Well, that's definitely mine.
Yeah.
Like
anyway,
14 years.
So I played Hell Pie. It definitely has Spyro inspired. It's very difficult at times, and like if you don't make the perfect jump, you're not gonna get it.
Yeah.
And then you just have to die. And
how floaty is the jumping?
Not as good as Spyro, but like the rest of the mechanics feel really good. You have this stupid churb baby companion, and you use him to beat the shit out of everything. It's tongue-in-cheek. It's very funny, and like it feels like a 360 game. It feels like on the nose, literally 360 game. I probably will continue to play it. I just got tilted on Sunday and I had to go pack. So I was like, all right, fuck this. So I ended stream a little early on that game. But I did go back and I revisited Gun.
I
did.
Oh, by the way,
yes.
we didn't do anything in September.
I know. We should probably, when I get back to the
just to let people know, we're not killing that tradition already. We forgot. Yeah,
we forgot. I meant
life is busy.
Yeah, dude, fucking life is crazy. Also,
probably a little too long.
So when I get back, we'll assign each other again.
Yeah. Gun was my challenge to you for August.
Right.
How is that going?
So I beat it, and I will say this about the very end: the last 2 missions can eat my fucking ass.
Do I remember the end of that? I don't think I remember the end of the game.
Okay, so like every other fucking mechanic of that game, and like every other mechanic of shooting, it's just been like, okay, go blow up the bad guy, just shoot the shit out of him and everything's done. But the very last boss, you have to like throw dynamite onto these like fucking geysers, and that's the only way you damage the final boss. And I was like, this is the fucking dumbest shit. And I was like super tired and I was sort of drunk. I
wiped that from my memory. Do you remember that? The end. We brought Fabian in here to be a audience member, and she's not listening. That's okay. We're not.
It's fine. Don't stress about it.
It's all good.
But like McGruber.
What?
I think his name is McGruber. Is it McGruber or McGruber? It's something mixed.
To be honest with you, names of characters in that game, honestly, not super important.
Yeah, names in the game. I don't even remember the main characters. I just remember the bad guy and Clay.
I thought you were switching topics to the movie McGruber.
No. I'm sorry. It's like mix something. It starts with a G. And anyway, so like the mechanic where you have to like throw TNT, and like if you run out of TNT, you have to shoot his TNT out of the air and pray to fucking God that it lands on the goddamn geyser. And it's just like, what the fuck am I doing?
Holy shit.
No, the train one sucked too. Fabian interjected. The train one, I must have saved and like logged off for the night. I'm like, cool, I'm gonna log off here, and then it just spawned me at the train, and I just kept getting fucking destroyed by this cannon as soon as I spawned. So I'd have to run, my horse would die, and then I would have to go hide in a fucking corner like a dumb pussy baby in this fucking oh god, that fucking cannon one. I think I died like 6 or 7 times, and then I think I died like 10 or 11 times to the final boss because I was so tilted.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck these last 2 fights. I was like so fucking over it, and I was like, fuck you, fuck this game. And then like your like half brother Payne or whatever, the Indian guy, he comes and saves you.
Yeah.
And then that's the end. It's like, now our fathers are avenged. And it's like, this is a Neversoft game. That's right. They only did Tony Hawk really good, and they don't know how to do a story. I felt like such a dick, but like I also remember the time and the air that this game came out, and there were
lots of shitty stories.
There were so many shitty stories, and they were trying to capitalize.
It's amazing how much storytelling has progressed in video games.
I know, and like it's
incredible. Like even the dialogue in KOTOR, which was one of the best fucking story games ever, and you're like, oh, it's kind of cringy. It's not shit. But it's like, it's of its time for sure.
Right.
And it's, yeah. I mean, if you don't have the nostalgia, I think that'd be a really hard game to get into now. Not for just the mechanics. That's probably easier.
Right.
As much as the combat hasn't aged. But the story and just the minute to minute. The overall story, I think, is a really good Star Wars story, but it takes, fucking 30 hours to get through.
Yeah.
And the pacing is pretty fucking dog shit.
Yeah. I think that's the problem with like older games is like the pacing sucks so much ass.
Yeah.
And like it doesn't pick up until it's too late.
Go find 10 gold bars.
It's like, fuck me, dude. I don't want to find...
That's even BioShock, right?
Oh, yeah.
Remember, it's lauded, right, as one of the best fucking twists in a game, one of the best stories. Like, oh, would you kindly? So fucking good.
It doesn't feel like
people.
so much
I knew
of a
people that
chore.
got fucking the tattoos.
I wanted the tattoos.
The fucking
the chains.
the chains on your wrist.
Yeah,
It's a cool enough idea, but too many people had the idea. You know, to a point where it's like, that's
it's
not
cringe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever.
I knew somebody
not to shit on someone who has that.
Yeah, I knew somebody who had a full Big Daddy sleeve.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was pretty neat. And I was like, "Oh, Big Daddy," and she's like, "Excuse me," and I'm like, "I'm sorry, your sleeve. Please don't take that incorrectly." And she's like, "Oh," she's like, "You're a BioShock fan." I'm like, "Yeah, would you kindly?"
She thought you were confusing her for someone named Big
Obviously.
Daddy.
Obviously.
Yeah.
But
no, but so after the twist happens in that game, the game is dog shit from a story perspective.
Trash.
And they have you mechanically run around and do the stupidest tasks possible.
Like the last two fights.
I literally haven't finished that game because it's so bad.
You haven't even
I know what it
finished
is.
Okay.
I know the ending.
Okay.
And that's cool. The ending is fine. Whatever. It has consequences.
I didn't realize that.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But the fetch quest shit, it was so stupid.
Yeah, so I kept dying, and the game was like, "You should do side quests to fucking get better stats." And I'm like,
hypo, fucking whatever.
It's fucking too late. I'm here. I can't fucking backtrack. It literally tells me you can't go back after this point.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it gives you one of those. And so, like, I was just like, I'm so fucking done. So I finished it, I beat it, and I was like, those last two quests just put like such a sour taste over the rest of it. But the one thing I will say about that game, music, just so good.
Here's what I will say about that.
Sam, what do you say, Becca?
I agree with you.
Yeah, the music's good.
But
okay,
Fallout does it better.
Ooh, okay, I will.
I find myself singing Fallout songs. Don't remember the BioShock ones.
BioShock? You mean Gun? I'm talking about Gun's music. Did we just like...
We were just talking about fucking BioShock.
I know, I'm sorry. Switch back to Gun. The last two missions of Gun.
You like the music?
Yeah.
I don't remember the music in that game at all.
I think...
There was some generic Western stuff for sure.
I think maybe that's... I have a soft spot in my heart for Westerns because I really do like Westerns.
How much did you like cream your pants when the Red Dead... one when you're like going to Mexico and it's like the first time there's like lyrics in a song and you're like, oh, fuck.
I was like, oh yeah, the song of my people, and I was just like, oh yeah, bésame puto, yeah,
sure.
So like, I don't know. I think the last two missions of Gun. I mean, BioShock will always hold a special place in my heart. That's like one of the perfect games for me still. I don't care about the fetch quest shit.
You think it's a perfect video game?
It's like I wanted tattoos of it. That's how fucking good and how much it resonates still with me. And they're making a show of it.
Yeah, it doesn't really mean anything.
Okay, fuck you, fair.
They made an Uncharted movie.
It was actually okay.
I haven't seen it.
It's okay.
But
it's cringe.
It looks bad.
It's pretty bad, but it's also okay.
Yeah. Okay. That's our review of Uncharted the movie.
Fuck me, dude. Okay, so yeah, I played Gun. I beat those games. I'm at 80 games beat right now.
That 80. Is possibly too many. You still have so many. You're gonna get 110 games for sure.
I fucking hope I get over 100 games. I think I'm gonna slow down a little bit and go back to older games that like I stopped playing, like God of War.
Yeah.
Because I was like, 29 hours, fuck me.
Isn't that worth it?
Yeah, exactly. And
although I'll say that game pissed me off a lot.
God of War?
Yeah, I love it. It's a great game.
Right.
But when it comes to... A lot of people tried to push me to do the side stuff because there's good story stuff there.
Yeah.
But I was like, fuck off with the mechanics in this game. You know?
Yeah,
so,
I get it.
It's fine. It's just not for me. But God of War never really was. I really like the story, though. So I put God of War's story with like Red Dead 2.
Ooh, okay.
I fucking love the story.
So I played. I never played the originals, so I'm kind of behind. But I did watch.
I mean, they don't fucking matter.
Yeah,
at all.
I know they don't hold up as well. But I did watch like a bunch of videos, like when I did for Halo, to kind of catch up on the story.
Yeah.
And so with God of War, I think that game feels better on a mouse and keyboard than a controller. And a lot of
I haven't tried
told
that.
me to play it on a controller, and then I threw my Xbox controller across the room, which is fine. It's okay.
You and I are similar, where controller's the last resort. Like if it's unplayable on mouse and keyboard, we'll go to controller, but that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's certain games that do feel better.
Side scrollers,
on a
of course, feel
obviously.
way better. Yeah.
Way better.
But most modern games feel fine on mouse and keyboard.
Yeah, and so like I switched to mouse and keyboard, and I was like, oh, who the fuck told me this?
Now I will say,
fight them right now.
We differ in this way. Red Dead 2, I think you play with the mouse and keyboard.
I do,
and I fucking hate it.
Really?
I mean, it's probably just because I spent like 200 hours
maybe
on the fucking console with it, you know?
I think I turned off the aim assist, which was tilting me on the mouse and keyboard, and it became a better.
It still had fucking aim assist? Oh my god.
So I was like, I was shooting, and
that might be part of it.
Yeah. So it would shoot me up. It would put my cursor in front of it. All of a sudden, I'm like, what the? I know how I play FPS. I'm like, what's happening? What is that? And I was literally having a meltdown, and somebody's like, oh, you have aim assist on. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
And then I disabled it, and then it was fine.
Yeah.
And so
leaving that on with mouse and keyboard is a travesty. It should not be on by default if that's your control method.
It shouldn't exist.
Wait, aim assist in general?
I think if you use a controller, sure.
Yeah.
But on mouse and keyboard, it just...
I was going to say, the Grand Theft Auto games with a controller would be unplayable if you didn't have aim assist.
I guess that's fair. That's fair.
But
auto targets.
But on mouse and keyboard, I agree. I don't think there's ever a reason to have that shit on.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
cool.
that's what I played.
That's your games?
I'm sorry it took up 40 minutes or whatever this time is. I
can't
tell
the funny
anymore.
thing is you have no idea. So
I have absolutely no idea since I can't see anything. I
forget exactly when we
myself.
started this, but I think we're only 28 minutes into the podcast, so.
Fuck me. That took way too long. You talk. Please tell me your games.
Okay.
Tell me what you play.
I have literally taken 40 minutes before. Do you remember
That's
that?
True.
Yeah. It wasn't that long ago either. Okay, so I didn't play that much this week. I don't know. I was gonna double check, but I can't do that now.
What about the one with Fabian and the other person, Andy, and then
yeah. I mean, there are some, but it's less than I thought. I'll say that.
You gave me a teaser, and now you're telling me it's going on. Not a big deal.
I invited you into my home.
Look, listen. I only come out here once in a blue moon.
Did you bring any blue moon with you?
I asked her what she wanted, and she's like, "Don't bring anything."
No, you shouldn't have. So, okay, the games I played this week. Number 1, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. You're
still playing that?
Well, this is not Origins, the one I beat.
Oh, okay.
This is the one that I started right after that, and I was like, it's not time yet. Turns out it's time. I don't know why, but I'm super into open world-y bullshit, and for some reason, I'm not going back to Spider-Man.
Wait, Spider-Man is supposedly the better game.
I bought it twice, and
wait, you bought that on Steam and on the.
I just wanted to see how it looked. Okay.
He's just I have the big monitor. I need to see it on the big monitor.
It is really good looking.
Okay, continue.
So, anyway, yeah. So Assassin's Creed Odyssey is going pretty good. I guess I don't have that much to say about it, other than the setting is. So I was trying to figure this out the first time I booted it up, and one of my favorite things about Assassin's Creed Origins is it fucking just looks amazing.
Right.
The Egyptian art and fucking just sand dunes and shit.
It's beautiful,
amazing.
blah, blah,
and
blah,
Odyssey,
blah.
I'm like, man.
Odyssey's the Greek one, right?
Good, yeah. And it's, yeah, it looks good. Right? And I'm like, wait, why do I have that reaction to it? Because this game came after.
Okay.
But it's because sand dunes from a distance.
Is it because of Tatooine? Are you fucking trying to go back to Tatooine on fucking Star Wars?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Sand dunes, Tatooine, fucking Star Wars. Tatooine is just a fucking sand planet.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, okay.
Why are you talking about it?
Because you like... Okay, never mind. I'm sorry. Continue your story. I didn't mean to interrupt you so soon. I'm so sorry. Excuse
Sand
me.
dunes?
Uh-huh.
We recently watched Dune. No, I'm kidding.
Shit.
No. Okay.
They're so
Sand
gorgeous.
dunes. Okay. Picture this in a video game. You're a gamer. You're a real gamer. Although you only play indie games, and you don't give a shit how things look.
True, but
think about a vista, right? Just a gorgeous environment. You know how Windows has that thing where it's like, "Hey, you want to see more of this fucking shit?" It looks great, right?
I fucking hate you. Yeah, continue.
Why?
Just continue. I can't believe we brought in Windows fucking desktop views.
But you know what I'm talking about. It's an easy reference. That's why. Jesus Christ.
I'm going to keep eating this breadstick. Continue.
Okay. So, I'm just going to say it. It's over. The analogy's over.
Fucking continue your goddamn
Assassin's
analogy.
Creed Origins is sand dunes, and they're easier to make look good from a distance than forests. Because there's a lot more moving parts and shit like that.
Right.
That was my only point. I was going to take a long journey to get there. You've now shortcutted us. Thank you for that.
I just desktop shortcutted your shit, bitch.
You definitely did. Yeah. Fucking yeah.
So the background imaging and stuff like that looks.
Yeah. Stuff from a distance is like. It's kind of hazier than.
Okay.
And a hazy dune in the background looks more like maybe there's some fuzzy
sand and stuff. Okay.
And there's less detail to put in there, but it still looks amazing.
What if the leaves are just blowing everywhere? What did you think about that?
It looks more like a child drew them or something.
Maybe I drew them and I'm offended.
I would believe that. On both accounts.
Fuck you and fuck you.
So it looks fine.
Mm-hmm.
And I was expecting more, because that's where the immersion from modern Assassin's Creed games comes from. Well, all of them, really. It's like, look at how amazing this Venice is and all that shit, right?
Right.
For the time.
Right.
And for right now, this game is like a step backwards from the last one. Well, just because of the environment they chose.
But did Origins come out first before
Origins was the first RPG-like one, yeah. And then Odyssey was the second one.
Okay.
And then Valhalla is, the next one. And then we got the weird teasers for the other ones.
Who did Origins compared to who did
they're all
Odyssey?
Ubisoft. I mean,
no. I know they're all Ubisoft, but the way that Ubisoft works is like
but I like Montreal or fucking Ubi fucking Underground,
French,
fucking Atlantis.
France
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, so you don't know
because
which,
to me it's not like
Ubi.
as stark of a contrast of. Like you could tell when it was a Treyarch Call of Duty versus like Infinity Ward. They're all using the same technology and basic principles to build games. They feel insanely similar, which is fine because I like that.
The funny thing is because like I've heard a lot of people compare Odyssey and Valhalla, and that they have like very different mechanics between the two.
I haven't played Valhalla, so I'd be
enough.
very interested in that.
Yeah, I'm interested to see who did Origins and who did Odyssey, and who did Valhalla, because I think Valhalla and Odyssey were being worked in tandem, and like Valhalla came out after Odyssey. If I remember correctly.
I mean, that's cool.
Yeah. It's Ubisoft. They just like fucking jerk off fucking Assassin's Creed games out like
700 people work on a game.
Fuck, it's insane. Too many cooks.
But they turn out to be pretty good games. I mean, not at launch usually.
Yeah, that's the problem. It's like we had this talk while we were getting drunk earlier. It's like,
actually, I don't know if Odyssey and Origins had problems at launch, but Unity certainly did. But that was a while ago. I don't know when Odyssey came. I think it was like 2017, so it didn't fit your criteria of 3 years. So I can bring it up. But yeah, I think the boss fights are kind of fun. Like the combat is a little different than Origins. It's
Okay.
there's like more skills. It doesn't take more skill,
Right.
but there's more like point allocation. Like the archery is a little more advanced. Like you can do rain of arrows type shit.
Ooh,
Yeah,
fancy.
Yeah, very cool.
Fancy.
Yeah, I'm having a good time.
Okay.
So I will keep playing that at my leisure. I played a little bit of Far Cry 5 co-op.
What the fuck?
I know, I'm all Ubisoft.
Is this the one?
Me. No.
Oh.
I didn't play this with my lady friend.
Okay, your lady
in the
friend.
corner on
in
the
the
beanbag
corner on the
chair.
beanbag that I just aggressively pointed to. Who's giggling right now?
She's dying of being drunk in the corner.
She's having a good night with us, okay?
I can't believe this cat is tolerating this room right now.
Archer's having a good time. He's so cute. Portz has like 2 cats.
Do you think Archer's cuter than Mando?
I think they're both adorable in their own beautiful way.
That's true. You haven't really seen Mando.
I've seen Mando. He was up on the cupboards and he was
But you don't know what his
scared.
face really looks like.
No,
You've seen him scared.
I've seen him terrified.
Yeah.
At me.
Normally he
He's
looks.
Like, holy shit!
Normally he looks like the saddest piece of shit ever, and it's hilarious.
I was showing Fabian some pictures of Pooper that Zach has sent me.
Yeah,
my roommate, and he's all like.
Doesn't he look like he's contemplating the fucking like consequence of his life right now?
He's like, why did the universe
like,
bring me
Jesus Christ, what am I doing?
He's like, please.
I just lay on the fucking bed all day.
Fates, please smite me right now. I need to not exist. Yeah. Zach has sent me a bunch of photos of the cats because I miss them. And he's such a good roommate. And he sent me all these pictures of Pooper. And Pooper looks just like he's about to cry. Or he's like very upset and stuff. And I'm like, oh, my boy. And he's like, he's sleeping with me tonight. And I'm like, I fucking hate you. Don't let me touch it. Anyway.
Wow.
Cats are adorable. Anyway, so Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed.
And
Far Cry 5.
Yeah.
I have almost nothing to say about that because when me and my buddy were playing that, we decided that I would just buy a newer game that he already had called Ghost Recon Wildlands, which is another Ubisoft
Ubisoft game. Jesus Christ!
And let me fucking just tell you, all right?
Oh my squishy!
I was a little drunk while we were playing.
Okay.
I'm a little drunk always, but
yeah.
We were playing Far Cry 5, and I was like, yeah, let's give it a try because we had just taken over a fort. I don't know if you've played the Far Cry games ever since 3; they're exactly the same, but the fun I think in those games mechanically is like taking over like a bandit fort. Where you sort of scout it out, right? In this one, you have a drone. Sometimes you have an eagle. Whatever the fuck it is, you can scout shit.
Okay.
And you tag people, and you plan your route of assassination to take out, the main thing and get your objective done.
Okay.
It's a little bit Splinter Cell like, but not as good.
Oh, okay.
Well, I think it's better because I don't like stealth that much. Because when shit goes to shit in Ghost Wildlands, I like just murdering everyone and dealing with my consequences that way rather than being penalized for like a fail state.
Right, I can respect that.
So once we did one of those forts in Far Cry, I was like, maybe, because he was like, if you like doing that's all Ghost Recon is, Wildlands. So that's all you do.
Okay.
There's no shitty story missions. I was like, okay.
Go shoot a bunch of
that sounds good. But
animals.
We loaded into that game, and I swear to fucking Christ, I can't tell the games apart.
What?
I mean, I can, but not really. Looking back on it, I'm like, wait, was that Far Cry 5 or Wildlands? I literally don't fucking remember which thing we were doing in which game.
They're both Ubisoft, right?
Yeah, they are.
Oh, God. So
and the world looks... I mean, I think they came out in similar times. Wildlands was maybe 2 years after.
Really?
Pretty recent. But so was Far Cry 5.
Okay.
And they just look super similar. They don't have like unique art styles like Odyssey and Origins. I said like super unique art styles.
I'm pretty sure they were done by different, like,
for sure. Yeah. I don't think Far Cry 5 and Ghost Recon Wildlands were done by the same people, but maybe. Some of the same people probably.
Maybe they reused assets and like rehash
probably
it.
do that a lot. Yeah.
I would imagine with Ubisoft as how massive they are, they would probably recycle a lot of stuff and just be like,
and their worlds are so big. It's like some of it's in core, and it's like it's not a Dragon Age 2 situation where it's like we're using the same shit at the end, fucking 2 missions later. It's more like this is, in this corner of the world and then over here in that game or whatever. So it's easier to get away with, I think, with how open worldy they are. But these 2 games, since I played them back to back, it was a little crazy.
It was a little obvious.
Yeah.
That's kind of a bummer.
A little bit. But it was still fun to just dork around and shoot people and whatever.
Right. As long as
there's a lot of like shitty vehicle mechanics that were very funny.
Like what?
So he was flying the helicopter and I was sitting on the side of it, like hanging out of it, right? Mm-hmm. And I decided to see what happens when I pull out my drone to like scout shit. And so I pull out my drone and immediately it gets sucked up into the fucking helicopter and we crash fucking hard.
You're like, fuck the blades.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then in co-op in Far Cry, when you're doing the ATV like racing missions, you're like side by side starting. So we had to like hold one person back and then let the other person go. Otherwise, we just crash into each other like a motherfucker. And we did that like 10 times in a row and just went fucking insane. Like the ways that we crashed were crazy.
I know this is going to really date me, but Battletoads had like mechanics where you can hurt the other player if they join.
So you're griefing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolute fucking nightmare during the driving levels. Like other ones you can like kind of like finagle and be like, you stay to the right side and I stay to the left side and stuff like that. But the driving levels where you're driving in tandem and then you get,
I didn't know there was driving in fucking Battletoads.
Yeah, you have like these like jet ski kind of like like machines or like I don't fucking know what they are, but like you basically like be together and then like you could fuck up each other's day, and it's like, why would you do this? You literally made this the hardest game because of the co-op.
Yeah. So single player was easier?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah, because you would murder your friend and then they would take away. So the life in Battletoads was shared. So if you had 3 lives...
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So, and if you accidentally killed your friend, you're just like, fucked. And if the first player died and the second player was still alive, no. They'd be like, no, you can't continue. Good, get the fuck out of here sort of situation.
Talking of griefing your team, this is not related to something I played this week, but it is something that... okay,
sure.
I guess maybe it belongs in news, but...
Okay.
No, not really. It's just a story.
Yeah.
But so I watched a lot of group Iron Man content for RuneScape.
Oh, okay.
Not this week, but in general. And there was a group called the Farmers. That it was a group of 4 people, and they played the hardcore mode. Mm-hmm. And in group Iron, right, it's a group of people that can share stuff between each other. It's like there's the Iron Man mode where you can't trade with anyone. Group Iron's like you can only trade in this group.
Yeah, you were doing that.
So they played somebody. 4. Yeah, well, sort of. Yeah. So they're content creators, right? And they so they'd make YouTube videos and stream all of it and shit for months. So they got to end game shit and stuff like that. But one of them is like less skilled at the game than the rest of them.
Oh, Scooby.
And so in hardcore, you have 1 life and then you lose your hardcore status. And in the group thing is like how many ever people are in your group, that's how many lives you have.
Did he lose all of them?
He lost all 4.
Oh, honey.
And all of them were super supportive because people in Twitch chat were roasting the shit out of him, right?
His teammates were like, it's okay.
They'll make fun of him a little bit.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah, you do.
You have to a little bit because you deserve it. But But also they were very supportive, like, hey man, like this is hard shit we're doing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And to commemorate it, he's such a good sport about this shit. His name is Mr. Mammal. He got a fucking tattoo that was like the group iron symbol and then a 4 out of 4. So he got a giant tattoo on his chest.
Oh, wow.
I think it was for a charity thing, but
that's super cool.
yeah, their content was amazing.
Are you crying over this situation?
I'm not crying because it's like heartfelt. I'm crying because it was fucking funny. I laughed so hard when I fucking saw that. And also, he told this tattoo guy, because he was like, what the fuck is the 4 for? And he's like, well, because I lost all 4 of the lives. He's like, you fucking idiot. He doesn't even know the game, but he's like, you fucked up.
You fucked up. You fucked up. You brought down your team. How could you do that? Sort of.
Yeah. So that was great. It's cool to see like the kind of content they did and how supportive they were, but also, you know, it was he fucked up. Least, like they were real about it, you know? Yeah. And they committed to it. Yeah, it was fucking great.
I love shit like that. Like, you can admit your fuck ups and like you can admit your faults and
absolutely
stuff. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, as long as you own up to it. And he fucking like fully dedicated a piece of his literal flesh.
Yeah, because it was good memories.
Yeah,
you know. Yeah,
it's like, oh, this was still a good time, even though I was.
Which is, I don't think that's a maturity I would have. I think I'm too egotistical about gaming. You know, and it's a problem that I have. Okay, for sure. Yeah, but that's why I respected him, because I'm like, fuck, I wish I was like that.
I can see that. I can respect that. I think I'm on this page too,
yeah. Like, imagine you were like in $1 million fucking like PUBG tournament, and you got second place and no money.
I think I would I think I would literally like beat on myself every day.
So you wouldn't tattoo like a number 2 trophy on yourself commemorating it, or like a $0 symbol or something.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It depends on my mood and like my situation. I haven't touched PUBG since 2020. I literally looked it up the other day.
You've flirted with the idea of going back to it though, right?
Oh, I did miss a game. I'm pulling a Portz.
Oh shit! Talk to me. I still have 2 games left, by the way.
I'm pulling a Portz to interject here.
I talked about my games way too long.
Yeah. It's fine. It's fine. It's our fucking podcast. We can do whatever we want.
We can do whatever we like.
Super drunk. If they don't realize that by now. I played...
No, I realize it. I can see it on your face. I don't know how much it translates to audio, but I know it's some.
It's very red. I have very red face. I get red face when I'm drunk.
Not that red.
Really?
Yeah. Your eyes get slow.
Oh, thank you. I think I just kind of like space out and I just talk. I think that's also part of the podcast because like I'm not used to seeing you.
Yeah, it's awful. So... Yeah, looking at each other is terrible.
Okay. Yeah. Fuck you, first of all. But no, I'm used to like just like staring at my notes.
Yeah.
And I usually have my notes written.
Oh, yeah.
So I forgot about this game because it's not on my Steam list.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
I played Fortnite.
This is the last episode of the Backlog. We've just had a disagreement, like a difference in philosophical.
Wait. You talked about the no build.
Yeah.
You thought about.
Wait, is that still going on?
Yes.
I kind of want to play it.
So that's what I did.
My girlfriend's like, no.
So my friends Aaron, Levi, and Michael, they were like, Bunny, are you gonna ever come play with us? And I'm like, you know what? I'm drunk enough. So I will come play. And so I was having a bad night. So I had like a glass of wine without eating food. And obviously, you know what that's like right now. And so I was like, yeah, if you hold my hand, I will come play Fortnite with you. So I installed it and I played like 4 or 5 games with them. I can't remember. We won like 2. It was a good time.
Wow.
And like, I had a good time because like, there's so much fucking shit that's just like ADHD like stimulation.
Yeah.
Because like when we played PUBG, we would do stupid shit. Like we would throw pans at each other to see if we can hit the pans midair with each other. And we would just be like in the middle of a random camp. just like at a random house, and we'd be throwing pans.
So you guys are like
at each
trying
other.
to do Rust type dorky shit, while everyone else is trying to win, kill 99 people.
Right, and so we'd be doing this stupid shit, and somebody would roll up on us in PUBG, and they'd be like, "What the fuck are these idiots doing?" And we would wipe them, and then they would try to talk to us, and they're like, "What the fuck were you doing?" It's like, we're testing pan mechanics. Don't mind us over here. But with Fortnite, there's so much stimulation. It is insane. There's like all these NPCs, and then there's like all these like little
There's NPCs?
things. There's quests, and it's just like, what the fuck is happening? I'm like, I just want to shoot people, and they're like, Aaron's like, I want to do the quest for Indiana Jones skin, and I'm like, well, I just want to go shoot some idiots as like a fucking generic skin, and so.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we did have a good time. I had a good time, which was weird.
I've seen other people have good times that I wouldn't have expected.
I wasn't expecting it.
So it's interesting.
It was a little.
I also saw a tweet from Steven, what's his last name? Meshuggah from Stack Up.
Oh yeah.
Where he said, I think it was him that said my wildest fling this summer was with Fortnite no build. And I was like, that's the most intriguing tweet I've ever read in my life, because it sounds appealing. Like I kind of want to have a fling with Fortnite.
So I had my fling, and if they invite me back, I'll probably go play again. And even my roommate saw me installing. He's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I don't know. Probably
there's such a stigma.
There's such a stigma, and like so
it's not that different. I do not like the building though. I've confirmed that.
No, I can't. It's not for me. And like that whole mechanic and like trying to hide and like build and like fast edit. It's like, no, I know how to shoot shit, and I know how to gather shit, and like look for people, and like know strategies on how to like hunt people and like chasing shots. But like no.
The fast fingers building shit is like microing in StarCraft. It's like,
oh my god,
I don't.
No, it's not.
It's a young man's game.
Micromanaging in
Lone Druid,
and Dota.
it feels easy to me because there's not 800 fucking units I'm trying to control.
Did you ever play like Insane Chens and stuff like that?
Insane Chens?
So back in like,
is it like a arcade mode thing?
No. In Warcraft 3, you can have up to like as many companions as you wanted at Chen at one point. Eventually they nerfed it. Oh. But like
so this is main game Warcraft 3?
Yes.
I tried to play that when the Reforged came out or whatever the fuck, but my friends quit it because it was terrible.
This was Dota back on Warcraft 3.
Oh.
Where it originally started,
sorry,
right?
What I meant was, you're talking about Dota.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Chen on Dota. So
I've never played.
So back in the day, Chen can have up to as many companions as you can basically do on cooldown. And so you would have like these insane players who have like almost like 10 to like 15 of the creeps from all the fucking like
so broken.
It was so bad. They eventually nerfed it because there was like these
god
players.
Bet.
There was these god players that would
someone's
come into
gonna figure out how to use all those units. Yeah.
Right, that would come and like,
and they'll be 13 years old and in South Korea.
right.
And they're the only ones who can do it.
Right, and they eventually nerfed it, but you would see like you would go up against a Chen, and all of a sudden, like one Chen plus all of his minions would wipe a team. It was nuts. It was early game Dota.
There was like the biggest thing I have video game envy over is like Dota All Stars. I think.
Okay.
Like hearing people talk about it, I'm like, fuck. Like I don't want it now, obviously, but I really wish I was around for it.
It was such a mess. It was such a mess.
Yeah, I like mess. Like when there was a big patch in Dota that was 7.0, and it's when a lot of people quit. It was my favorite time because everyone didn't know how to play Dota anymore, and that's the best time. Yeah, because everything's too hyper figured out and shit. Like, so when you micro adjust things, nothing changes enough.
Right,
right. So, can I tell you my last two games?
Yeah, go. I was just gonna say, should we get back on topic since it's like 40, 50 minutes, and we have news.
50 minutes. Yep.
Fuck, this is gonna be the longest episode.
Yeah. There's not much news, right?
I can cut it.
I played Prey. 2017's Prey.
Bethesda.
Bethesda's Prey, who have monopolized the name Prey to, some people's chagrin.
Eventually,
including Prey to the Gods.
Right, and recently there was an article about the company, not the developers, not Bethesda.
Arcane.
Yeah, Arcane was like, we weren't in love with the name, and we didn't want to name it that, but Bethesda told them do it or else sort of situation, which is kind of fucked,
but who gives a shit? Anyway. It's a fucking name of it. I really don't give a fuck. I think
it was just shit that
it sucked
everyone.
It sucked that it was really only one. Well, it's two companies technically, but the other company wasn't doing anything with that fucking name. So it's whatever.
Okay. Anyway,
but Prey to the Gods, like that was shitty.
Timing.
Shitty time for sure. Shitty timing, but also like they were caught in crosshairs that didn't want to aim at them. They were just trying to keep their property alive,
right?
Or their IP rights,
right? Okay, so
Prey is fucking. So from the menu, I was like, I know I'm gonna like this game because the opening. Like thematic like fucking music.
It feels good.
Sounds like Annihilation, which is a good fucking sci-fi fucking movie. And the vibe of that game is fucking rad as fuck. I don't. I have this weird thing with these simulation games where I'm like. Like, yeah, there's lots of choices of, like, how to play the game, but all of them feel so similar to me. Like, it's like, oh, do you want to move stuff with your, like, you want to lift stuff off this, or do you want to hack this thing? It's like, either way, I get access to a thing I didn't have before, and I'm just choosing, like, which one did you weight more?
It's like left or right.
It's like, I don't know. Right. I don't know which one the developers thought was better or whatever. They probably try to balance it, but there's got to be a better route. Whatever. It doesn't really matter. And also, it's the kind of thing where it's like it doesn't feel different. Me getting the leverage 3 versus hacking 3 or whatever. Because it's like here's a thing in front of me, and I press a button to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not like BioShock where you have to like deal with the fucking pipes.
You do like combos with your abilities. I mean, maybe there's some of that. I haven't really gotten that far into it.
What difficulty are you playing on?
Just normal. Yeah, that's a standard for me. Unless I've played the game many times, like Mass Effect, I'll play on hardcore.
Fuck.
What?
I don't know.
It's really difficult. But also, I'm so understimulated when I play the combat in that game now because I played it 10 times. You know?
Fair.
That's why I watch The Office in Korean now. Because I'm like. I'm kidding. I don't do that.
then the replacement gym, just fucking...
Yeah, it makes a lot more sense.
Shit. Anyway. I'm a horrible person over here.
It's so funny, though. Oh, shit. So, Prey, I haven't played as much as I wanted to, because Dota, we're still doing the tournament, and I'm trying to practice as much as I can, and scout other teams. By the way, we're 1-3.
Congratulations.
Thank you. We play tomorrow.
Good luck.
Thank you. Okay, last game.
Yeah, last game, finally. My
girlfriend and I, sitting on the beanbag, decided to play Dead Island.
Holy shit, I think I'm gonna pee my pants.
I knew this was going to be a good reveal.
I think I'm actually hearing a pee. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I think I'm
Do you want to add words to any of that?
Why?
It's a really good question. It's probably the best question that's been asked on this podcast. And I asked you why you played Fortnite.
Fuck you! I was drunk. What's your excuse? Oh, you guys are high.
We were high, but
okay.
We've played a lot of good games also.
Fair.
But the thing is, sorry, what?
I got asked to play Fortnite, so it was
sure. Well, I asked her, so
okay.
She didn't know it existed.
Wait, she didn't know?
No idea. She's not really a real gamer,
Oh, fuck you, first of all. But second of all, like,
we're getting there.
That trailer. That's
so like... I showed her that as well.
The trailer.
Not first though. After we played.
After, okay.
Because I wanted to get. I wanted to introduce the disappointment before the expectation. It would have been funnier probably to show it
honestly,
before.
Yeah, before. Because god damn, that trailer is like still renowned, even though it's been like almost over 10 years. It is renowned as like one of the most
There are comments from 2 months ago on that video that are like, I fucking loved it. Like it's the best trailer ever.
Still.
Yeah.
They're so sad.
Yeah.
They must be like so deprived for video games that they're still stimulated.
I don't think so though, because I think about it a lot. It's like it's just one of those things that sticks with you. And I fucking love video games now. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, and also I don't watch a lot of trailers now.
Really?
No.
I think that
like the Mando season 3 trailer, I have not watched.
You didn't watch it? I sent it to you.
I'm gonna watch it anyway. Like,
okay, fair enough.
What the fuck am I getting hyped for? Like I'll re-up my Disney Plus to watch that fucking show. Like,
so excited.
It's fine. I'm not that excited, but I will watch it because we're invested in the show. We have 2 fucking Grogu figurines.
Yeah, I saw them out there. They're really cute with their crowns.
They do have crowns. Although the crowns should be a little rusty by now.
No, they're still beautiful and shiny.
Yeah. So Dead Island, I quit. So I was hyped up on the expectations of that game.
Yeah,
I think I talked about it a couple weeks ago, or maybe even last week.
Maybe.
Which is weird. Maybe that's why it was on my brain. But when that game came out, I waited in line, right?
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
Okay.
At my own work where I wasn't being paid. And I wanted to play the fucking shit out of that game because I thought emotional zombie. And you got to remember, this is before, like, Walking Dead was out, but it wasn't.
No, it wasn't like
it wasn't the biggest cultural thing in the world.
I don't think it was out. I think it was.
Walking Dead was going for sure.
It?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Because I think it was still in the comic back then.
Somebody can look it up. I don't know. I have no fucking idea. Dead Island was like 2011.
Okay.
I think Walking Dead was well before that.
No.
2008 or something?
No way.
It's got it. I'm pretty good at fucking guessing this shit.
Okay, Walking Dead first episode was October 31st of 2010.
Okay.
And Dead Island.
It was a year later.
Are you sure?
Not 100%.
Dead Island. Fuck. You are right.
Yeah. So, but it wasn't like Walking Dead
huge.
season 3 would have been like, it's everywhere.
Yeah, right.
50 million views or whatever.
Right.
Season 1 is like, yeah, maybe it's climbing up there, but it's not.
I think the comic people
it
were
hadn't
still
destroyed
watching
our culture yet.
Yeah, right.
So, yeah. Anyway. Zombies in general just weren't the biggest thing in the world.
Besides,
certainly,
like, Left 4 Dead.
this was a year before the Walking Dead video game.
Mm-hmm.
And
which destroyed our hearts.
So when you saw, it's such a fucking good game. But when you saw the trailer, you thought it was going to be that kind of an emotional journey, right?
I think, yeah.
And
it wasn't.
It was not at all. It's like Saints Row of zombie shit, but not even that good. It's got some merit for sure.
Okay.
But it's kind of like the same reason I think we like Nicolas Cage movies.
Oh, they're
where
just
it's like
you
shit. Well, it's not all shit. It's just like a shit tint to it,
rose tinted glasses that are
shit
just shit
tinted
colors.
Glasses.
Yeah.
Okay,
I can see that.
And so it's fun to like pick it apart and also have fun with it,
Yeah.
Both things. You can feel two ways about one thing, you know what I mean?
So did you guys have fun?
Absolutely. Fucking lootly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and we're gonna play it again fucking Saturday for sure.
Wow, you guys are gonna.
I'm excited to finally beat this fucking video game.
Wow.
Because I quit as soon as I realized this game was like this. I was like, it has not met my expectations, and I'm done with it. So I didn't keep playing it. I tried to go back once with cheat codes. Actually, there are no cheat codes.
There aren't.
But I hex edited more fucking ammo, or not hex.
Fuck.
Well, I did hex edit, but it was through the cheat fucking whatever the fuck. And
cheat add-on or whatever.
Cheat engine, I think it's called. Yeah. Yeah, to give myself like unlimited ammo and shit, just to like rip myself through the game. And I got too bored doing that also, so I never beat it. So now, maybe we'll finally beat it.
Okay, I believe in you. Yeah, I never beat it either. I was all on the hype train. I was like super tapped for money, so I put it on my credit card and then like instantly regretted buying it. I was like maybe an hour in, and I'm like, this is nothing like the trailer.
Yeah.
And I was like super disappointed, and one of my friends had talked me into it. I'm like, did you fuck it? And they weren't playing it anymore. I'm like, where the fuck did you go?
Yeah.
And I was like, Dustin, get your ass back in here. And I'm like, you motherfucker, I just spent $60 on this piece of shit. Like, I was tilted.
The amazing thing about the comments on that trailer are they are not riddled with what a disappointment. You know, there's some of those, but most of them just focus on the epicness of the trailer.
The trailer.
Isn't that incredible? Like, the cynicism
I don't think they played the game.
breach it.
They don't play the game.
Yeah. They probably even forgot what the game was like.
Maybe they're seeing it with like rose tinted glasses and it's like nostalgia.
I don't think that trailer's nostalgia.
No, it's definitely nostalgia because
I think there's an element. But we have someone in the room who experienced it for the first time this week. What? Yes?
See, she thought it was
I don't
amazing.
know. Yeah, I didn't go through it, but
I think a lot of
she said it
people
was
look
amazing.
back on it and see it with
rose-tinted but like
glasses.
The trailer?
Yes, it's still recalled to this day as one of the best video game trailers.
But it is.
Okay.
That's not nostalgia. When you talk about nostalgia in the context, it's like it's ruining your vision of it.
No,
you know?
not always.
Yeah, but it's like that's carrying you through it.
Right.
And I don't think that's the case here.
Okay.
Like, of course, like it gives you the warm and fuzzies.
Warm and fuzzies.
But I think on its own,
had those.
like outside of time, it's incredible.
It's still a great trailer, and I think that's the problem.
And no one really did anything like that after.
No.
Yeah.
But that's the thing is, like, it sold us something that it wasn't.
It was not. Yes.
It was definitely
Which
not.
Which probably bit it in the ass a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's
the
what
game
fucked
itself.
It over.
Yeah. But then we got Dying Light, and I guess everything's fine.
You can't see my face, but I made a very dumb face.
People like that game.
I mean, I loved everything about that game except for the story. I love the combat. I love the movement.
True.
Just fucking.
I guess it didn't deliver on the trailer of Dead Island. That's true.
Yeah.
But then Walking Dead came out. And
that's a different fucking genre and a different company. So, like, fuck.
Yeah, but at least we got it.
Yeah, that's true. I'm digging it. And I cried, and we all cried. Oh, man. Cried. Lauren mentioned it in her tweets, and I'm like, do you feel like dying on the inside and crying?
Wait, she played it recently?
She thinks she wants to play it.
Ooh.
And I was like, and everybody's like, she's like, how does everyone feel about this game? And I said, do you want to die on the inside and cry for hours? Like ugly cry?
That is one of those things. Like, I think story games like that are super fun to watch other people play. Because just watching their experience through it.
And their experience.
It's like, what if you could just watch someone watch Game of Thrones and go through the same shit you did, you know? It's fucking great.
Did you not? There was a lot of people who watched, like people who read the books. They recorded their friends' reaction to like the Red Wedding.
Oh,
and just like there was a bunch of YouTube videos about it a long time ago when it first happened.
No, I never saw that.
And just like people melt out. They're just like, what the fuck? And just like, oh, what the fuck? And just like crying and like sobbing in the corner. And,
wow.
Like, yeah. So anyway,
yeah, that's amazing. We do another thing on this podcast, right?
News.
Oh, yeah. Let's rip out the old newspaper. What's going on there?
Okay, let's go through this real quick. So GoldenEye was re-announced. Yeah, you already saw this.
I don't think did I? Did you send it to me?
I fucking don't remember what I sent you. I sent you some shit, and then half the shit I don't fucking remember. Sure. Okay, I'm drunk. Yeah. So. GoldenEye 64 was re-announced, and it's going to be on not only the Switch, but it's also going to be on the Xbox.
Sure. Yeah.
But what the fuck are you doing?
What?
Oh, are you just pulling up your video games to start playing your video games while I do the news?
What?
Give
what
me
are you
that.
talking about?
Give me
what
that.
Are you talking about?
Give me the fucking Steam Deck.
What are you talking about? I don't know. Bunny's lost her mind. I don't know what's going on.
I will destroy this whole room.
I literally don't understand what you're doing right now.
Everything.
Is this a bit?
Yes. No. Give me the Steam Deck.
What?
Listeners.
So the joke is...
he has a Steam Deck.
I play video games while you're doing the news.
Is that what it is?
That's a joke. Yeah. I don't really do that.
I wouldn't believe it, actually. Anyway, so GoldenEye. It's only going to have... It's not like revamped or anything. It's literally just being ported. But the neat thing...
To what system?
Switch and the Xbox Game Pass. But there's a but. There's a big, ugly but. It's not a cute but.
Right.
It's an ugly but.
Yeah.
The multiplayer co-op is only going to be on the Switch. It's not going to be on the Xbox Game Pass, which is kind of disappointing. Maybe they'll eventually bring it in there, but like the amount of shit that like video games have to do, like to jump through these crazy insane hoops, because like I've seen it happen with 7 Days to Die. 7 Days to Die trying to get on the Game Pass within the past like couple patches have been fucking bonkers.
Yeah.
And it's like how they redo mods is literally destroying the modded community just because they want to be on the Xbox Game Pass. And so, like, I kind of understand why it's not going to have multiplayer on the Game Pass, but it also sucks at the same time. But the fact is that
Wait, so it's not going to have any multiplayer?
It won't have... It might have local co-op, is the rumor, but we're not sure yet.
But it's not really a co-op game, right? That'd be what? Flappers only?
I mean, originally, it was only local co-op.
Yeah, but it's not co-op.
I mean,
you can't play through the campaign together.
No, you can't play through the campaign, but you
it's
can
local
play
versus.
Local versus, yeah.
Which is, I guess, that's fine, and that's probably why a significant portion of people want to try it. Again, right. Mm-hmm. That was a big draw for it.
Right,
but at the same time, how much time are people really going to spend on it? Do you think?
I mean, me and my brother spent like multiple hours, but yeah. Yeah, we're not normal.
Now, right now, today, in the year of our Lord Jesus Christ.
I don't know if I'm even going to
get it. 2022.
I don't even know if I'm going to get it.
Why would you? You could emulate it right now.
Good point. If I wanted to play through the campaign, I can emulate
100%.
it.
I've done it.
But why?
Guess what? Don't get one mission in before I'm like, yeah, remember it.
Okay. I remember it.
That's fine.
Yeah, it'll be. I guess it'll be interesting for people who've never experienced it before.
Yeah, but barely right?
Or people
because their attention span's nothing.
Right, I don't think they can handle fucking the slow pace.
It's like a piece of a museum, right? You're like, oh, this exhibit came to my house. That's cool. I'm done looking at this now. I'm gonna go fucking scroll TikToks.
I mean, the same thing could be said about Splinter Cell, and
also you can just watch a fucking video on it. You know, like I don't know.
Right. I think you get the same effect. But like
it's so similar. Even if it's not the full effect, it's so goddamn close.
Super close.
Not worth money.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting concept, especially if it comes to the Xbox Game
I'd love to
Pass.
be proven wrong. That'd be so cool if there was like a resurgence of multiplayer and fucking, I don't know, maybe Nintendo Switch users are just gonna be fucking slapping each other all fucking day. I have no idea.
Oddjog hatting each other. Oddjog is a fucking goddamn. He needs to be nerfed because like he was shorter than all the other characters in the game in multiplayer. Yeah, so he had a smaller hitbox, and then he had a fucking hat mechanic, and that was an instant one shot. And my brother Phil, fuck Phil, he would play this fucking character, and then like I'd be like, "You're a fucking piece of fucking shit because you play this cheap ass character." He's like, "No, I'm just good," and I was like, "No, you play a character literally with a smaller hitbox." I found that out many years later.
Yeah.
Fucker.
I bet he also noob tubed in Call of Duty 4.
I don't think he ever played Call of Duty 4. He stopped playing. Yeah, he's a loser now. Anyway. He doesn't play video games. Sure. He plays
Those are the losers now. Yep.
Yeah. Fuck you. Anyway. So, like I said, Nintendo Direct happened and a bunch of other shit was happening. I was too busy flying on a plane, being squished between seats, blah, 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 blah. But Nintendo had a lot of bread and butter games, a lot of farm simulator games. There was a couple announcements. The few games that I was excited for was obviously Bayonetta. It had like 8-minute trailer and like a lot of gameplay, which looked really promising and it looks really good. They also announced a Fatal Frame project. In America it's called Fatal Frame, but in Japan it's called Project Zero or Zero. As weird as it is, but that will have a game that's coming out, but it's not just going to be exclusive to the Switch. It'll be on every system, which makes me happy.
So Bayonetta, have you played the second one?
I haven't played the second one. I've only played the first one because that's the only one on Steam.
No, I'd like to. We have a Wii U, right?
She's not paying attention.
It's okay. We have a Wii U? Yeah. I want to play Bayonetta 2. That's only on that, right?
I think so. It's on a
Pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure it's on that system.
And then Bayonetta 3 is gonna be on a fucking Switch. So I'm gonna be borrowing consoles to look at sometimes naked witch.
With her demon hair, obviously. Because this is a game coming out on Switch. Yeah, farm shit. Fae Farm.
Fae Farm?
There's a lot of farm
That's
sims.
built for you.
Right? Fae Farmulator. Farmulator. There's also the one that you mentioned earlier, which is like the farm on the back, or the traveling city.
Traveling wayward farm people, yes.
Farmwood, yeah. That one's also coming there. There's going to be a Kirby. And then also, like, to go back to contrasting Nintendo, because, like, we have such conflicting games. So you got fucking Bayonetta, which is, like, super hyper-sexualized, but still Nintendo's jam. And then they're also going to be porting...
Why did they go after that property?
I don't know.
Isn't that insane? I'd love a no-clip documentary about how that happened.
I think they just like boobs and...
Well, yeah, but if they like boobs, why aren't there more of them, is what my
I think
point.
They like hot, sexy librarians specifically.
But they could do more of that, is what I'm saying.
You're right.
Why doesn't Peach have tiny little glasses?
Okay, look, they did get... They're porting Resident Evil Village to the Switch, so you will get hot Dami mommy. So maybe they're just into Dami mommies.
Is she
the fucking witch? Yes.
Oh my god! Don't slam the table.
I'm so sorry. Habits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot. Communicating with me demands slapping the table. I get it.
I did this at home, so
she looks.
She's hot Dami mommy, and Bayonetta is also hot Dami mommy.
Bayonetta is for sure.
Yeah, you don't think the witch is? She fucking screams at you and cuts off Ethan's hands.
Yeah, but that's not hot.
I mean, to some people it is.
Yeah, a niche community, let's say.
She's Dami mommy. She will.
Yeah, but that's not mainstream hot.
It's like
all your clothes off for a second is. 9-foot tall thunder thighs is niche.
She'll fucking destroy
But Twitter will pretend it's norm.
Look,
You know what
listen, I am with the DJs on Twitter.
I mean, maybe I'm the weird one. I don't know.
You're just vanilla. It's okay,
Could
baby.
be. That's for sure true.
It's okay. Just baby Portz over here being vanilla.
I
Anyway,
am very.
Kirby was also announced in Zelda Breath of the Wild 2.
Yeah.
Tears of the Kingdom, which wasn't announced in the UK, by the way. I know Fabian's over here bouncing.
Yeah.
And they retract. So the UK didn't get a normal Nintendo screening. They got the US, and then they completely cut out Zelda.
Yeah. I think that's because the deal was with the Queen. And
right.
That's over now.
Right. But, like, I mean, they try to be, like, Japan and Nintendo were trying to be respectful. It's like, oh shit, our thing's called the Tears of the Kingdom, and you guys are fucking over here crying.
That's funny as fuck.
It's absolute 10 out of 10 experience. But
yeah.
like,
I love when life memes itself.
I mean, it's just like the perfect accidental like lineup. It's a very
or someone did it on purpose. I like to imagine there's one guy who knew the whole time and didn't say shit.
She's gonna be executed
He's like,
on this day.
Fuck. Wait a minute. Well, a lot of people were guessing, remember?
Yeah, right.
Did you say executed?
Nothing. Yeah, I mean, maybe
Lauren was in the UK the day it happened.
So it's Jay Slash. So we can speculate.
Yeah, but who would kill? The one who's been recently scorned by a lover. Oh my god, that's horrible. I'm sorry.
Lauren, I love you.
I don't even know Lauren well enough to say that. I'm so sorry.
She's gonna come and murder you in your sleep. Shit, you're gonna be the next
Pretty sure she's
queen.
in Cali. It's fine.
She's still in the UK. She's across the pond still.
I meant permanently though.
Oh yeah. Fair enough. She could fucking probably drive up here and with a caffeine fueled of Red Bull. Anyway, so Tears of the Kingdom looks a lot like Skyward Sword.
Yeah.
It had very Skyward Sword-esque. And I never finished that one, so I never finished. I haven't finished a Zelda game since Twilight Princess, I realized.
That's a fucking long time ago.
Yeah.
Like 2008?
Yeah, I need to catch up on Zelda games.
Holy shit.
And
I mean, I've never played any, but if you like them, what the fuck are you doing?
I'm a fucking idiot, okay?
Do you like finishing it? Like, what's wrong with them? Have they gotten shittier?
No, I just don't have time. And like when Skyward Sword came out,
what the fuck are you saying to me?
Okay.
You don't have time. How many fucking video games did you beat this year?
Shut the fuck up. Okay, when Skyward Sword came out, I was in culinary school.
Yeah.
So
so you used to not have time.
Yeah, I used to not have time, and then Breath of the Wild came out, and I don't own it still.
Right.
So I need to go buy it.
Okay, that's fair.
So that's my excuse.
All right.
I might have accidentally stolen.
I don't give a shit. I don't even like Zelda.
Fair. I might have accidentally stolen my ex's copy. I don't know if it's somewhere smuggled in my shit because he told me originally, piece of shit. He told me a bunch of shit like where he's like, I could have the Switch, and then he is like, oh no, I'm gonna take that back. And then he tried to steal my cat, which was a whole different story, and I made a huge fucking drama shit show about that, so I took the cat. Anyway. I
have no input into whatever you just said there.
Good point. So after Nintendo's
it was a good point, that's true.
After Nintendo's like
I'm offering way more in this segment than you are.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. God damn it. I will throw wine all over this and destroy your whole room.
Please do not do that. I don't know if you know how apartments work, but it's a rental.
I am trying not to do it.
We have to get through this podcast. Oh my god. We're near the end. Not of the podcast, but Bunny's sanity. Oh boy.
Talk about Sony.
What? I wish I could follow whatever instruction that was. But I didn't hear it.
I said talk about Sony. So literally.
Oh yeah.
After Nintendo, like, did their whole spiel, there's like.
Wait, does laughing give you the hiccups?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
That's our newscaster, everyone.
I'm so sorry.
God damn, you're like Anchorman. The best in the biz.
I'm a professional. So, literally, like, right after Nintendo got done, Sony's like, oh,
That's true. They do that a lot. Especially when they've been laughing.
I'm drunk and I'm full of hiccups.
Yeah.
So, Sony literally announced, like, right after Nintendo got done, that they were...
It's never gonna not be funny. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's fine.
I'm gonna edit the hiccups out so it just seems like we burst into laughter for no fucking reason whatsoever.
Keep those fucking... I hate when I get the hiccups. It's probably because everything.
But it's so good for podcasting.
It's perfect. But yeah, Sony like announced they're like, hey, we're gonna do our thing over here, and we're gonna
the
do
state of play
tomorrow.
they call it. Yeah.
They didn't like. They just like dropped it on everybody's lap
After Nintendo had announced.
Literally after Nintendo got done with their direct, they're like, hey, state of play's happening tomorrow. By the way, it'd be really cute if you like showed up and like twirled their hair and like stuff. Did I watch it? No. I was too busy.
Yep.
Getting drunk again.
Yeah. Wine tasting or whatever.
Yeah, it was so good. Oh my god, I ate a peanut butter jelly bacon cheeseburger. So fight
That
me.
sounds fucking terrible.
It was delicious. It was the best thing I've had in
You like bacon on donuts, don't you?
I like bacon on everything.
Yeah, that's not me, dog.
You're fucking wrong. It's okay.
Okay.
So they had their thing. You said you watched it for 4 minutes.
So I tuned in and I saw the shitty God of War controller.
Right. Turned it off.
And then I saw some shitty God of War trailer. And I say shitty. It's not that the game is shitty. I think it's going to be a very good game. Mm-hmm. But it's also God of War 1.5. And it's just more of this. Like, we already know what that game is.
Right.
You know? What the fuck does anyone need a trailer? I don't think a trailer moves the needle at all for the sales of that game.
No.
Especially for myself.
I think
I'm gonna buy it.
Okay.
And what the fuck are we doing? I don't want to see more of it. Does anyone else fucking feel this way? Because I fucking just want to see the things that are in it when the time comes.
So
I don't like knowing a thing's coming and then thinking for 20 hours, when the fuck is that thing happening?
December 8th.
That's not what I mean.
No, I'm sorry. I get it. Yeah, no, I watched it just because I wanted to see a preview. But yeah, I feel like this is it's obviously a continuation.
Sure, which is great.
Which
Love
is fine.
that. I was looking forward to more of it.
I'm worried that it's going to have the same reaction that Not Until Dawn. Horizon Zero Dawn had. Because, Horizon Zero Dawn, the next game that they had, the Western or Forbidden West or whatever.
Yeah.
It didn't do as well because it was literally same mechanics, same everything and stuff like that. And that's literally what's happening with God of War.
But here's the difference.
Thick Thor.
Yes, that's true.
He's a baby.
Don't think that's moving the needle either.
Well, for me it is, but continue.
But, okay, sure. Toby from West Wing is playing Odin.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, so the thing that's different between those two franchises, for me, for realsy, is, so I tried to play a little bit of Horizon Zero Dawn, and I don't know what the fuck crack everyone was on that played that game, but it's a fucking dog shit story.
I thought it was interesting.
Bad.
You're fucking wrong.
Okay. And no one wants female protagonists more than me.
Okay, I was about to kick you in the
for
ball
something to
under
look
this
at.
table.
But
I'm still gonna kick you in the balls under this table. Continue.
But I found it incredibly. By the way, she was very grating.
Right.
Some would call her a B word.
What the
I wouldn't.
Fuck?
I would never do
No.
that. She's a bitch. But
continue, you cock.
she was so fucking annoyingly aggressive with people. Even when I was choosing the non-aggressive options.
I think. Okay, I'm gonna play.
And didn't give a fuck about the person they killed in the beginning, who she was supposed to be close to. Didn't set that up properly. There was just so much shit that I didn't give a fuck about.
Okay, so here's my devil's advocate, right?
Sure, yeah.
So,
Devil's avocado, give it to me.
Yeah, I'll give you the avocado and turn it into guacamole. So, I think the reason why she was so standoffish and sort of aggressive towards people is literally because she had only one interaction with another person usually, which was her dad. And she also was constantly, like, ostracized and, like, thrown out and just like treated completely differently because she was this quote-unquote outcast child.
Yeah, but you know who else had that problem?
Gordon Freeman? I don't know. This is the first protagonist that came to my head. I'm so sorry.
You know, I don't know the source material enough to even comment on it, but I was gonna say Pocahontas. But she had some grace to her.
She still was loved and accepted by her family and stuff. And she, even though she was
but not by the people that her, like, yeah.
When she joined the White Clan, yeah, sure. When she started siding with the white man.
Yeah. But that's, so like Tarzan went through a similar thing where he was accepted by, you know, the monkeys, but like when it came to his own people, he was, you know, pretty fucked. But he had a great attitude about it. He was more curious, and he wasn't like a fucking dick.
These are fucking Disney movies.
Yes,
and
they are
supposed to be happy.
Yeah,
and like cheer.
That I agree with you.
Ha ha.
But there's got to be redeemable qualities.
You don't think she had any
other than
qualities?
A vagina?
Okay, look, listen. She literally saves the fucking rest of the world.
The thing is, I have not played all of that game.
You should.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Remind me of her.
Thank you. I take that as a compliment that I am a
I'm sure there's more to it than that, but the opening, let's say 5 hours, I found almost nothing interesting about the story.
Interesting, okay. I think you got stuck on some of the side quests.
We have data to back up, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want more God of War story.
Okay.
Because it was fucking incredible.
Yeah, because that has like a huge like following and a huge like foundation. There's multiple games.
That is not why.
Okay.
It's not why.
Why?
Oh my god, our podcast is so long.
We can skip and come back to this.
We can cut parts out too. It's fine. No. So I think that the God of War story is amazing.
Yeah.
Because it is rooted in some like lore, which is cool. But I don't think like the fact that it has a video game franchise attached to it is that important for how good the story is, because the story is so different than it used to be. It used to be a power fantasy, like this is what gods do and shit. And it kept some of those elements, but the biggest elements are like this guy trying to relearn how to be a fucking dad.
Yeah.
You know?
And
it gives me like Lee and Clementine vibes of like he didn't fucking like know how to do it, you know?
Portz, I have to ask you a very serious question. Do you want to be a dad?
Not at all.
Do you want to be a dad in a video game?
No, but I want to watch other people be a dad.
Okay. I can
be a fun uncle.
Okay. Fair enough.
I think that they just set up the story in that game in a way that was, I think Kratos is also equally like Aloy, super unlikable in the beginning.
Right.
But he had enough moments with his son that humanized him, because you could tell he was getting frustrated with his own personality, basically.
Yeah, he was definitely.
And Aloy doesn't have a kid to like bounce that off of.
She doesn't.
But it's
even
harder.
Have a
But that's a
dad
mechanism you kind of need. You know?
Yeah, maybe if her dad character didn't die off
immediately, then I'd care about him.
Okay, fair enough.
That's what I think is missing, and people aren't gonna. So the mechanics in Horizon Zero Dawn and I would say God of War also not that good.
No,
they're pretty good. Like they're decent.
They're not perfect,
passable,
though.
like fun stuff to do in a video game, kind of.
Right.
Not enough to carry a whole experience.
No.
It's the story that you're going for. So
Right.
when I think Horizon Zero Dawn, even though people want to love it more than they probably do because it's a change for them or whatever, I think internally they go, more of that? Like, I don't know. Even subconsciously, I think maybe it just relates to the overall sales of it.
Right.
Still think it's a great game, but it doesn't carry the same weight.
No,
That's
it
the
definitely.
only
I can agree
caveat.
with you that. I can agree with you that there's certain characters that do show up later on that are interesting and they do kind of like help with the story, but they're not nearly as strong.
To be fair about my progression in that game, it wasn't only because of the story that I stopped. It was I had a lot of like technical issues when the game first came to PC and all that stuff.
Yeah,
so
I remember.
It's possible that I'll go back to it for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Okay, let's skip ahead here.
Yes, please.
There's two things. Let's talk about these real quick. So, the fall of Babylon Falls. What?
Fall asleep.
Mando or Fabian?
Fabian.
She's playing with a cat.
She's yawning. Anyway.
I mean, I'm falling asleep right now. So.
It's so long. Okay.
This is the longest episode we've ever done. So, Babylon Falls, we made fun of this at the back of launch, like back in March of this year, literally, because of how bad it did. And then slowly throughout the months, it progressed down to less and less people. And then eventually, I think it got down to 6 players in a month of concurrent players. Which is so fucking sad. And so they continue to talk about how they were going to continue the game and that they had all this stuff planned out for literally like almost, I think, 3 years with their like fucking tracking.
Wow.
And eventually they made an announcement a couple of days ago saying that they had all this stuff planned and they never fruited any kind of like shit. Anyway, so they announced that they're going to still go forward with season 2 and that's going to start in November of 2022. So this
for
game,
4 people.
Right. This game launched in...
Can you imagine being a developer on that?
That'd be so fucking like...
You're like...
just depressing because like you put your
what
heart and soul.
No, you see the data of how many people have played this and you're like, fuck.
Right. And like...
And we have to keep going for how long did you say?
Till February of 2023.
That's so long.
Right. And so like they announced at the beginning of or like a couple days ago that they're going to be like, oh, second season will start November 2022 and they're going to try to continue on that. And then they also announced in the same post that they will be closing the game starting February of 2023. So less than a year, the game literally officially shuts down. And this is not done by like some small indie dev.
Yeah.
This is
Platinum Games.
It's Platinum Games and Square Enix backing it.
Yeah.
So it's like...
Well, we know Square Enix's priorities have been out of whack.
Yeah, they're a little
Platinum
out of control.
Games is surprising. But, I mean, we know that control of a publisher can kill a studio.
Right. And
like BioWare.
BioWare is a great example with like Anthem.
Anyone under EA.
Right. And I think that may be part of it, but also not having a fully fleshed out MMO and like not having like a good direction.
Well, that's part of the maybe they didn't have a real proof of concept, right?
Right. But
they were just like trying to execute on something real quick.
Right. And I think also they had like...
Didn't they have another game announced also? It was like they were doing 2 things at once? I can't remember.
I mean, the other MMO that Square Enix has obviously been their bread and butter is Final Fantasy, but like
I'm at Platinum Games.
Platinum Games?
I thought they were doing something else.
I don't
Maybe
think
even
so.
a Marvel thing?
I
can't remember.
It's very possible that they could have been stretched too thin, but this game was like originally targeted towards like an MMO.
Yeah.
For consoles.
There's just no.
But it was such shit and like so buggy and just like a hot mess.
Yeah.
Like I remember when Charlie Moist Critical on YouTube, he did a video with like 3 friends and they rushed through the game to see how fast they could beat it.
How fast was it?
They were able to refund it. Yeah. It's that bad.
So what's the first M of that MMO supposed to stand for?
I mean, the fact that you could like beat it with a small group of people, but it's not because like they're actually doing mechanics. They were literally like bugging and destroying the game. And they were like,
really?
Yeah, they were able to find loopholes and like really quick.
Their first time through?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
And like so
it's just a horribly crafted video game.
And some of Charlie's friends was talking about it, how they were like spending like hundreds of they were spending thousands of dollars on this, which is so fucking stupid.
Is that part of what made them?
I think that was.
Wait, so they refunded the game, but not the thousands of dollars.
I'm not sure what got refunded.
I know for sure. I mean, if it was through Steam doesn't refund microtransactions.
Fuck it. Stop doing microtransactions.
I mean, that's pretty stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, not. I don't know how they presented it, but if they're presenting it like, we beat this game in 2 hours, it's like, well,
right.
But you spent $2,000 or whatever,
right? And
which is still a problem. But it's a different problem.
Exactly.
Then there's no content. It's more like, well, you can buy your way through it. That's a big problem.
You can either buy your way through it, or you can just avoid all conflict.
RuneScape 3 can basically be shortcutted in, a fraction of the hours it would normally take with $16,000.
Holy fuck!
Or whatever amount is appropriate to the person playing.
Right. That's so much fucking money. That's so stupid. But yeah, like I just feel like if you release an unfully flushed MMO at this time, you're gonna fail. You're literally dooming yourself.
Which sucks.
Yeah, like
because who can afford to do that?
Nobody.
No one.
I mean, Riot, maybe. They're the only ones that I think is capable of it right now.
They certainly have the money, but are they willing to assume the risk?
I think that's why they haven't put a whole lot about their MMO right now, and they're watching other people fail, like New World and so on and so forth.
Starving for a new good MMO. I know you're over them.
I'm over it.
But there's a hole shaped in my heart, and only MMOs can fill it.
You're a fucking idiot.
Yeah, I know.
It's okay. But
we all have our flaws.
Right. Mine's just playing depraved, fucking weird indie games that no one's ever heard of.
Yeah. You're like making fun of me for MMOs, but it's like, I want to be 80 itch.io games this year.
Well, look, listen, some of them are Steam, but...
What's the percentage you think?
Most of them are Steam. I think I
want to see
I'll show you. I'll get the receipts.
But also, a lot of itch.io games are on Steam now.
That's true. That is true. I think I played most of them, or I found most of them on Steam. Anyway, so like most MMOs not having a fully fleshed out game, like New World is the biggest example that I could think of. That's like a newer released MMO.
Yeah, sucked dog shit.
Yeah, it didn't know who it wanted to like appease, PvP or PvE,
which is a very big MMO problem.
Right.
Which, by the way, I would love if an MMO would be brave enough to be like, fuck PvP players. We are PvE.
Yeah,
I think that's how they should do MMO.
I think they would get
there
more
are
support.
Enough Dark Camelot fucking dog shit fucking Albion Online fucking MMOs that fail like a motherfucker because, as Joss Strife Hayes says, friend of the podcast, we wish, there are not enough hardcore PvP fans to sustain a fucking MMO.
No.
There are enough PvE fans. Look at RuneScape, both versions of them.
Right.
Because the PvP community literally can't pass polls. Right? So RuneScape polls old school RuneScape polls their community, and they go, hey, what kind of content do you want? Do you want this PvP update? Never.
No.
Never. Because no one's a fucking PvPer. There's 6 people on Reddit screaming about it.
It's embarrassing.
And the rest of us are like, what the fuck is that guy talking about?
It's fucking embarrassing. Yeah, no.
I want an MMO that is brave enough to say fuck you.
Yeah.
In the nicest way possible.
New World should have just figured out where they wanted to go, because they focused heavily on PvP originally, right?
Yeah. Big time. That was the big content that they had, the advertised, they paid a lot of streamers to play it.
Right.
Like Tim the Tatman was running around. It was all PvP stuff. It was like, look, you can take control of this fucking... Yeah. And never, ever, ever is that satisfying enough or long-lasting enough to matter.
No. And and that's why they switched gears to PvE, and now they literally pissed off both.
Too late.
I looked it up. and compared it to Amazon's other games. So they're at 18K daily for New World, which is kind of surprising.
That is not insignificant.
But Lost Ark?
How many of them are bots?
Lost Ark is still over 100K daily.
How many of those are bots? I don't know what the data is, but I heard Lost Ark is half bots now.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't know if that's true.
I maybe.
And that happened to RuneScape. I'm not saying that's unheard of, but
right.
RuneScape purged their bots, and I don't think Lost Ark has done that yet. So
that's fair.
Who knows?
Okay. I'll have to look into that. The last thing I want to talk about is this tweet.
She just threw her phone at me. Oh, yeah. Do you want to read it?
You go ahead.
As an adult, playing video games for long periods of time is a form of depression. If you don't believe me, ask yourself this. Think about the 100 greatest moments of your life. Do any of those moments include video games?
Yes.
Probably not. And this comes from a lifetime gamer.
See who said it.
DJ Vlad. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, he's a fucking nobody.
I'm gonna click on it. 177K followers.
Yeah.
CEO of Vlad TV.
You can suck my dick.
Okay. People who name their business after their fucking gamer handle are cringe.
Evil Space Money Incorporated. EvilSpaceMoney.com. Anyway, continue.
But it's not CEO of Bunny.
No, I'm not.
That's insane. It's CEO of yourself? What the fuck are we talking about?
I'm the fucking CEO of EvilSpaceMoney.com.
Because you're only a CEO of other people. She
makes inappropriate decisions, taking trash at 10:30 at night when it feels like 12:30 at night. Anyway, how did this tweet make you feel as your therapist?
Thank you. I'd like to be the one in the beanbag now, please. So, that tweet is pretty goddamn stupid.
It's so stupid.
But there is a certain reality to it.
Right.
And I'm not the first one to say this. Co-Carnage had a similar take.
Yeah.
Which is yes, sometimes when people find themselves consumed with a video game, it can be playing video games is not a form of depression.
Right. It
could be a symptom of depression. Yes. But it's not a diagnosis of depression.
Right.
So equivalating the two just means he went through that and thinks that's life.
Right.
You know? So it's yeah, but look around at the other people who aren't doing that. Who are doing it, but didn't experience the same thing you did.
No.
Instead, he went through a thing and cast judgment on everyone else. It's like an alcoholic who's evil. Like, alcohol is evil, and if you're drinking it, you're actually spinning and fucking depressed and trying to fix something in your life that you should seek therapy for or whatever. Right? It's the exact same thing.
I'm sorry, I had to.
Does your mom sound like this? I've never met her again.
No, thank God. Holy
But it's
fuck.
like, yeah, you're just... I hate when people do this. Yeah. Especially someone you know that tries to, like... They hear something from your life, and you're like, yeah, so I'm going through this or whatever. And then they go, well, this is what it is. And you're like, well, that might be what it is for you, but in my situation, it's a little different. And then they won't hear it otherwise.
They won't.
Because they're like, I went through that. It's like, well, that's not how fucking life works.
Yeah, that's your experience.
Yes.
And your experience is going to be different than every fucking else's.
And there are, like, copium, situations where I might be wrong about that.
Right.
So it's okay for them to push on that if they know you or whatever.
Yeah.
But to blanketly say everyone who spends too much time playing video games is like, what about the people who spend too much time playing or just watching TV? He'd probably say the same thing.
He should.
But it's a bigger problem than video games.
It is a much bigger problem.
Maybe not for long, but it is.
Right. And he did go on to say, well, that escalated quickly. Just to clarify, this doesn't apply to quote-unquote e-gamers or just people who have turned video games into careers.
You know what?
But even then...
You know what?
I still say...
You know
he's wrong.
That last comment makes me think he's like red-pilled.
Oh, he's definitely red-pilled.
Yeah. I don't know anything about him other than these 2 tweets.
Yeah.
But it makes me think like he's the rise and grind type fucking...
I fucking hate that mentality.
Yeah.
I hate it so much.
Sneeko. That's Sneeko right there. Sneeko snuck into that guy.
Yeah. Andrew Tate probably is also in his like fucking podcast
Oh,
list.
he respects the shit out of him.
He's like, oh my God, he's so right. Yeah, no.
And that's the other thing is like that can be right for some people.
Right.
Not everything Andrew Tate says, of course.
Right.
But some people need to get off their ass and like do something or whatever. But if you're...
Or change your video game ethic. Fuck, dude. Come on.
Like we talked about with your video game goal.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
If you decide this year has not been productive for you and the 100 video games wasn't worth it or whatever, then next year you'll do something different.
I'll do something different. I tried something different.
I decided the video game chase for completion was not for me.
Yeah.
Totally fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's different for everybody.
Try something.
Yeah,
and don't just try the stupid fucking Instagram bullshit of like, well, you gotta rise and grind.
Well, yeah.
If you're not making content, everyone can make $1 million on their phone. It's fucking.
Fuck off. Like,
it's stupid as fuck.
The first thing that came to my mind when I thought about this was not like anything recently. It was when I beat Arthas in World of Warcraft for the first time and getting that down, and I was just like,
top 100 moments of your life is so many.
Yeah, there's so many. Like graduating
some
like,
days
high school,
in my life, lots of them were only work and then sleep. Do you think those are in my top 100?
Arthas.
DJ Vlad?
I think he just like...
So he's just one of those people who can't externalize his own experience. Like,
right.
Meaning he can't interpret other people's process with something, or like he just can't take himself out of it. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's great. I'm glad he figured that out for himself.
Yeah.
He should not be giving generalized advice.
And projecting it onto other people, right?
Yes.
Yeah, like nobody else.
Everyone has the right, but everyone has the right to call him a douchebag for doing it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like everyone has an asshole. Nobody wants to see it, sort of situation.
Yeah.
Or like religion is like dicks. It's all fun and games that you have one, but until you whip it out and start showing it to everyone, nobody wants to. Not everybody wants to see it.
That hasn't been my experience with either. People have been generally receptive.
I'm very concerned about this situation. And who are you showing your wiener to?
Well, I don't live by that middle school anymore.
Fair. Fabian's over here dying. I can hear her laughing. talking over our stupid dumbasses just cackling on a beanbag.
I just have to end the podcast with, something crazy.
Fair enough. I think that's where we'll end it. There is more news, but this has been the longest podcast, and we're super drunk, and
this
need
is
to pee.
a Joe Rogan experience if I've ever fucking
How long is
experienced
it?
one. So the timer means the podcast is shorter than this, but we're at almost 2 hours now.
Oh, shit.
We're at 100 or
Thank
100,
God we don't
an
ever
hour
do
and
this.
59.
Thank God we never do this in real life, because this would take fucking forever.
The thing is, I feel like we got more engaged in topics because we were right next to each other.
Fuck.
So I think that's why, which is, fine.
Maybe we should just do it over video chat and stuff, and you listeners.
We'll see, right?
Yeah.
If this podcast does well,
yeah,
maybe we'll.
Hey, fuckers!
Do this more.
Fuckers!
You can fly to Portland more.
Fuckers!
I'm not going to Illinois. I'm sorry.
Please don't come out there. It's gross, and I don't want you sleeping on my couch. No, I'm kidding. I'll put you in the basement. Hey, guys, listeners, I love you. I'm really drunk. I posted a stupid video on Twitter. Yep. Please share this podcast. If you love us,
you're supposed to say this at the beginning.
I don't give a shit. They're still here. I believe in them. If you're still here.
True, we've tested them before.
This is my call to action at 2 hours in. You will please share this podcast, and I will love it.
You will please share this podcast.
Do it, or else I will die and pee in my pants right now. Don't forget to follow us on Twitch, Twitter at Evil Space Money and The Real Portz, and ignore Backlog on Twitter.
Twitter. Don't follow me on Twitch.
Follow Portz on Twitch. Maybe he'll actually fucking stream like a dumb bitch. You promised. You made promises with Fabian that you guys were going to return back to that weird fucking shit PlayStation 3 game.
Yeah, but that doesn't necessarily have to be on Twitch.
Is that a fucking teaser?
Dun, dun, dun. No, I don't know. It probably will be on Twitch because we started there. It only makes sense.
Fucks. Okay, good night, everyone.
Goodbye.
Did it. End it!
My mouse isn't working.
End it!
That's going in. Fine, but goodbye.